welcome to my backyard. Quite toasty. Yeah, get this off, but I wanted to film this first and this is wet. I'm in my hallway, so it's a little darker so you can see the light a little bit better. It definitely got diluted. I think I kind of definitely overdid it with the spray paint. It looks way better on camera than it does in person, but still pretty cool. I'm not mad, but yeah. As you saw, I just kind of went a little. Let me bring it back in my office so I can put this down. There you go. You can see in the light. I went a little Willy Wonka with it, I suppose you can say. Like, I wanted to dispute the colors a little bit. Okay, so that turned out pretty decent. I mean, I was just kind of making it up as I went along, but I think it turned out. I want it to be very colorful and very fun, and I think I got that. Gonna let that dry, and then actually going with the paintbrush, and I think I still want to hit it with the airbrush. And I have like some maybe cool colors to hit the tops of these with. I'll probably leave the stems as is, just so I don't overdo it. And the airbrush would have been better too, to keep more light shining through, but made a mistake and now it's on my carpet. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. So I think I acted quickly enough. Sadly, it wouldn't have gotten on the carpet except for I was like, let me just film this stain, this tip. I can kind of see it. You guys probably can't on the camera because it's a blue carpet, but it's like right there and there. I didn't want to film cleaning it because I was just gonna let it sit longer, but I think I got it. Sadly though, that stuff's not cheap, and that was more than half the bottle there. Yeah, so that sucks because I want to use a lot of that, and now it's there, absorbed in this wee pad. This sucks. I'm charging my friend for this. Dang it. Happy with how much light was not shining through, so I just sanded this out. I scraped some. And then I found my big jar of wash, and I started going and doing some washes, and I was like, ooh, maybe I could make the wash a little more purple. So I added purple, and when I painted it on, it gave it more of a brown. So I did a light purple, and I was like, oh, this is like a grayish purple. But I did wash over this, and I do like it, so I think I'm gonna do that. And then when it dries, I'm gonna dry brush it with all the grays, but it looks like I need to add a little more water to this. So alright, yeah, I'm not mad. should have called it for the night. I was getting tired. But I was gonna throw a wash on her. She's the last one I have to do. And I was gonna throw a wash on her. Then I decided I would try and clean up. I know! Try and clean up, scrape off some of the hot glue mushrooms so they can be more visible. I redid a few of them on the other ones. And then I start tearing out the middle of this one and I accidentally cut the fairy light cord. These two still work, but the one to this one didn't work, so I'm gonna fix this before I go to bed. Where are my pliers? So I can pull these out. No, okay, I can just, this is quite upsetting to me. I'm gonna have to cut this because it's glued up at the top. So I got her fixed last night. Apparently I secured her in there very well. I added like a wood dowel to kind of act as the anchor point into the foam in this, which worked out great, but sucked to pull her back out. Managed to get my hot glue gun working enough to get enough in there. This glue here is not a big deal to me to leave it as is, but the wire is, and I originally wanted to like cut into here to kind of push the wire in, and I started doing that, but I was scared. I know there's some cords here. I didn't want to risk anything again, so I just glued it on. I think I'm gonna get some more spackle and just spackle over that. Okay, thank you. Alright, painting is technically done, and I say technically because I think I still have to wash her face, do like either like a brownish green wash, I'm thinking, purely because I don't know if I'm just gonna have her be like stone or if I'm gonna do like a mossy texture over her. I want to do a mossy texture. I think that would look really pretty, but I don't have fine moss, or at least I don't think I do. So, I don't know, I'm going to sit on that, work on the others, getting them covered in some grass, some moss, Potentially I have like some ferns and stuff, but those are kind of annoying because they're not cut all the way through and you can't just pop them out. They're really frustrating to work with, so I never use them. I'll probably just leave it. My friend's gonna be overjoyed with this anyway, so me wanting to add little leaves and stuff, yeah, it'll look great, but it's not necessary. And then there's some spots I want to add some water effects, like I have the fountain here. I made a little divot for like a puddle here. Maybe I'll throw some puddles in other spots, because I know, even though it's a small tube of stuff, that it will be more than enough for that. And then I have some little crystals that I think I'm gonna go ahead and glue in there while I'm doing the grass and whatnot. So yeah, we're on track to finish on time. Hopefully, I have to absolutely get this all done tomorrow because we're leaving on Friday. He lives out of town, so I'm seeing him this weekend, so this is the only time I can get it to him before he needs it for their session that they're going to use this for. So, see if we can get it done. I have some appointments I have to go to tomorrow, so it's going to be crunch time. Alright, well, enough talking, and let's finish these guys up. Grass. Wood chips. Clump full. So dumb. Why did I throw that open bag on the floor and now I have to pick up all these little wood chips? And my dog's looking at me like, why are you so dumb, Mama? Alright, now I gotta pick this up before I actually start.
To it. Just like this. A light way. See you later.
Tape in her outlet was recorded. I felt so much freedom. I got to play and stretch my voice. I knew exactly what I wanted, and I loved just so much of what was offered to me. Coming into the studio and hearing these incredible I'm pretty sure that this
It's not going according to plan. Why am I holding my hairbrush? It's the next day. I'm wearing the same shirt. It's even dirtier than it was yesterday because I woke up late for the gym and threw a sports bra underneath this and booked it out the door, which is also why I was holding my hairbrush because it was in the car with me so I could, do this beautiful ponytail. On my way home from the gym, I picked up some UV resin, which I'm sure I already bought some a while ago and never used it, but I bought new ones. I wanted a little UV flashlight to cure the resin because I've seen people use that and that seems like a little more direct because I wanted to use it for like drips on the mushrooms and I thought that would make it a little easier to do. They did not have that, and so I had to buy this thing that looks like that they have at the nail salon, but I already have one, and I knew that, but today's the last day to finish this, and I have to get all the final shots, the reveal shots done tonight. And I wasn't sure, one, if I could find this, and two, because I've never used it before. So I didn't know if it was actually for UV or not. It doesn't say UV. I thought that UV like resin needed like a specific UV like blue light or whatever. This says UV on it. I just opened the box on this one. It doesn't. I think it's really just like heat, but it's LED. But they're like exactly the same thing. This one's just smaller. And if this does work, then I can return that. So it's not a big deal. Picked up some magnets, some more hot glue sticks, because I went through 2 packs on this project and I looked at the pricing. That's $20 of hot glue. It's okay, my friend's gonna pay me back for that. And I got some black resin and clear resin. So let's try this out. Alright, let's see if it's hot. Oh, it's a little sticky. I think that stickiness is from my uncured dollar store. But that is cured. I think I'm going to cover up this stickiness with some UV resin to cover it like I did there. And we'll be good to go! So, that did work. But I think because I used my cord for my camera lights, I think I may have short circuit the thing. That's just my assumption because it just stopped working. Like it still turns on and says it's doing anything, but it's not. And I tried out the new one, also doesn't work. So I have a little UV resin on the edges and it's just not cured. So gonna head out again. I'm gonna run out and get it. Let's see if we can get this done today. I'm so mad. Okay. Let's do it. I am beyond overjoyed with how this entire project came together. It just, all the colors, it was so beautiful. It was a lot of touch and go, but in the end it came together, and my friend, he was so excited. He did not expect me to create as much as I did, but of course it's me, so I went ham. He was so excited with how everything came out, and like to the point where we actually wound up rewriting some of the plot points that he had planned for this battle to take place, one of them being the queen. It's kind of what we dubbed her. This was actually a face on one of those like little styrofoam heads that you can just like buy at Michael's. We wound up kind of dubbing her the queen because she was like the centerpiece, and so he actually made like a new creature, and they were actually able to communicate with her and have her for help, and she'll probably eventually show up in another iteration of like their next campaign that like it'll be in the same world. So that was actually like pretty cool that this piece of trash that I glued together became like this really cool piece in their campaign. Now, there were things that I felt personally I could have done better, but at the same time, because I did not plan it out ahead of time like I wanted to, I just jumped in and I just started experimenting with things. So some things worked out, some things didn't. But you know what, that's okay, and like it's still like a really cool piece of art or toy or whatever. But I'm really happy with how it turned out, and thank goodness they wound up having to push back the next time that they were able to play, which gave me a few extra weeks on this, which I desperately needed because I went way overboard with the amount of pieces that I was originally asked to make, and I thought I wouldn't make that many, but I just got way too excited, and there was just no way I would have finished it in time on the original due date. But luckily it all worked out in the end. It actually got pushed back because the characters got too scared to go into the mushroom forest, so they were lingering around on an island near it before they went there. So luckily for me, and I guess luckily for them, they got a way cooler terrain to play with. But on that note, I'm not going to ramble too much more. I'm going to leave this video here. If you want to like and subscribe, that would be much appreciated. And leave a comment below about what was your favorite piece of this project. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye! I have this perfectly. So, there we go. Lights off. Yeah, well, we got through most of it. What you doing? Oatmeal. Alright, that's good enough for that.
Keep pissing her off.
Ah! Giant beast! She come to attack. Little Cyclops attack.